Lil Tay is officially back from the dead. She has made her comeback and released a song. It's so generic that it almost seems like it was AI generated. Not bad. Like, I didn't mind it, but she's using this music video more so as a platform to expose the abuse she has allegedly suffered by her father, who tried to take over her career and her finances to make money off of when she got famous at only 9 years old. She has explained what was really going on behind this death hoax on her Instagram, getting hacked. And she, it seems at least, was not the person behind it. Her dad was the one behind the death hoax. And she's just used that as the opportunity to come back into the public eye. So maybe we'll show them like a clip of the music video. We can't play the song because we don't want Lil Tay to sue us too.
No, we'll leave it. Like, I don't want, because the image could do it too. Let's should we play the clip from that Willie Mack posted?
Sure, okay, yeah. So like she did this Instagram live that was like 30 minutes long, where it starts and it's like with a countdown, and then she plays the piano for a few minutes, then she does like an acoustic guitar song, then she starts playing Master of Puppets on the electric guitar, and then she sits down and explains all of what's been going on for the past 5 years in this legal battle that her mom has been in to get custody of her, and what was really going on behind the scenes with her family.
Do you I'm gonna ask her, because do you think she's her dress is problematic? Because I see people
problematic.
In the chat, yeah, people in the chat saying she's 16, she shouldn't be dressing like that. Do you think that's a fair assessment?
I mean, I certainly, you know, if I were her mom, wouldn't think that it's very appropriate. But I mean, maybe her mom is a bit of a stage mom, but it's better than
the song is called. The song is called "Sucker for Green." Right?
Yeah.
Okay.
I guess it's just about being a gold digger.
Here's the thing. Like, when she's giving this, and we'll watch it in a second, but she gives this like very horrific account of her father's behavior. And what I thought was weird about it is she gives this horrific account of how she was treated and abused. But then, like, usually when musicians do that, it's accompanied by like a new style of music and like a more mature vibe. And it's like she gives.
But instead, she's like just going back to the same
that was weird to me,
exact demeanor that she had before.
It just seemed weird to me. But let's go ahead and watch this clip here.
Out of the shower, and she wouldn't even put clothes on.
She's talking about his
I'll explain what she's actually talking about, but we can't.
Playing these sexually inappropriate movies in front of me, openly in front of me. So that was the norms. Those were the norms in this household. It's fucking sick. And she would always take out her anger onto me. If her son did anything wrong, it would become my fault. And she punched me. She pinched me. Pinching me was a really big thing. Chris mainly shoved me.
Her father is Chris.
And this is one of the worst incidents that happened. This is the police report.
So this whole live stream is just her showing like printed out pictures of essentially a PowerPoint presentation on the hell that was her childhood. So what she's describing is, I think she was in custody with her dad before she was famous, when she was really, really young, like kindergarten to, second grade, seemingly age. And she says that he would hook up with random women from all over Craigslist, like Craigslist ads, bring them into the house and hook up with them in front of her, including in her own bed on top of her, which is obviously disgusting and evil. And then she says that her dad, Chris Hope, married a woman that he flew out from the Philippines, who was a career scammer. And he married this woman who brought her son into the home, and they would do the same thing, nudity and sexual activity in front of her.
And he wasn't
She
in her
says
life
that-
early on, right? He came back into her life after
He came back into her life after she got famous because he wanted to get custody of her to make money off her. But she alleges that this stepmom was the one punching her, physically abusing her, and other allegations like, you know, her father would send her to school with rotten food in her lunchbox, not clothe her properly, and while he would buy her this wife Chanel bags. She
And
like
at what
showed
age?
pictures
What
of all
age
of
was
this.
this happening?
She must have been like 6 years old.
Okay, so this is before she got
That
famous.
was one photo that she showed of herself with bruises all over her face. They would force her to watch like sexual movies, horror movies, to like psychologically torment her. And basically, like when her mom found out about this, she's been trying to get custody of her. And then
The timing of all of this
it's unclear.
raises my antenna.
But only because she has said, like, I cannot go into detail of everything that's happened. I have to summarize
Yeah.
it because it literally would just take too long. So then, essentially, she said, like, I left social media because my mom was in a custody battle with my dad for the past 5 years. And also, like, suing her former employer. Like, it turned into a whole mess. But now she is in full custody of her mom. And her dad owes $275,000 in outstanding child support, as well as the next 2 years until she is an adult, because she's 16 right now. And that she's allowed to live with her mom full time. Her mom signs contracts for her.
Is it
She's
wrong?
also on her new music video. Her mom and her brother are in it, and her brother is credited with directing it, creating it. He has a production company that was in charge of the whole thing.
I do find it interesting that, like, look, what, like, everything that her dad is accused of is evil. Again, I'm past this age now where, like, I can care about, like, who's telling the truth or not, because
I'm just waiting for Pearl Davis to make a video like, we need to hear Lil Tay's dad's side of the story.
We're in a post-truth era with stuff like this. I don't know who's telling the truth. I don't much care. I care about the fact that these industries tend to chew up and spit out, you know, children and families.
Bet both of her parents have done morally questionable things to her, and I bet that her mom is a bit of a stage mom, which is a bad thing, and she shouldn't be allowed to prance around on the internet for millions of people wearing a bikini. But it wouldn't be the first time a 16-year-old has done something like that.
But what we're going to see now is we're seeing...
It's less bad than all of the stuff that she said that her dad did.
The problem is
maybe
for all
she's
of
in
them
better
is
hands.
The trajectory she's, like I said, she's producing music in an industry that we know is abusive to people at any age, not just as children. And it's like you see a trajectory that it's like watching a slow motion car wreck, right? Like, I don't know if that's what's going to happen here.
It's like after
but
all
I can guess
she's gone through. Why do you want to intentionally throw yourself into an industry where you're still going to be taken advantage of? Almost guaranteed.
Do we want to watch the second one? The
sure.
The 22-second video?
Yeah.
Y'all hating ass bitches were hating on me when I was 9 years old, talking all this shit when you don't fucking know me. So stop fucking talking. You did not come up. You had 5 years to come up and you didn't. So don't blame me, bitch.
She's still talking like she did when she was 9 years old.
She's like I said, it's very hard to like all of the allegations again against her dad. Like we saw the picture of a police report, but allegations are allegations. It's not proof of anything other than allegations. So I can't comment on any of that.
She showed pictures of like the food that she was being given and the the bad conditions that she was living in. She showed pictures of those. She showed pictures of like text messages between her parents, emails between like showing that he was actually hooking up with women from Craigslist, which is just like, what the fuck.
Like the dad sounds like a scumbag.
Yeah.
But again, we're on the outside looking in here, and I can't know what the hell is true and what the hell isn't.
Yeah. I mean,
I just see the trajectory. I just see a child on a trajectory for something that's not going to be very kind to her later.
Let's show the YouTube clip where she's explaining how her death hoax happened, because she allegedly had nothing to do with it.
Gets into the death hoax. So, as you all know, Chris Hope was the one that did the death hoax. He was trying to sabotage me. Meanwhile, he was working with this other con artist that was claiming to be my manager, and they had a crypto coin together. Their plan was to fake my death and then promote the crypto coin.
I actually buy that. I 110% buy that.
Yeah,
they would be scummy enough to do that.
Which, by the way, the manager admitted to. He said he'd been working on the crypto coin for months. These people are frauds. This proves how much the press did not give a fuck about facts. They cared about slandering my name. They did not do any fact checking. As long as you claim to be my manager, they would just take your word for it. As long as anyone claimed that my mom got fired from her job, just.
So she says here, I've never had a manager. There were multiple people claiming to be my current or former manager who were not in any way affiliated, and they were working with her dad, allegedly, on selling this crypto coin.
More than anything,
named
all of this
after
stuff just
her.
makes me think about like how awful it is to be like a kid who ends up working on YouTube with your family.
Yeah.
Just awful. Like there is like very rarely a good outcome to these types of things. It's really funny. Okay, so this is kind of an aside, but like I was so the one that I always mentioned, the family that travels and does their videos, like
yes,
there's nothing untoward there. It's fine, whatever. But it's just funny how everyone knows that the reason people watch, it's just such a like they watch because the mom is hot.
Because the mom's wearing leggings.
And in this one video, they're like showing like the kids and her like making food, and like the camera doesn't even pan to the kid. It's like the kids aren't even in the shot basically because they know whether subconsciously for whatever reason, like it just felt like the focus wasn't there because they know what's going to get them clicks.
Yeah.
And it just
it's
feels
just a
like
sinister
family
environment.
And that's not even like sinister in the sense that it's on purpose, but just that when you put a profession that revolves around getting clicks and attention with family dynamics. I mean, we already know that family businesses are rampant with internal problems because you take regular family pressures, you combine them with family business, and it can be very, very difficult. Now you add that to industries like Hollywood, which are exploitative in their own right, and you have a recipe for disaster. I'm actually surprised it's not worse, or at least that these stories aren't even more prevalent.
Well,
we had the story about what's her name, the mom who just arrested on 6 felonies. I forget her name.
You mean Ruby Frank?
Ruby Frank.
Yeah. No, yeah, there are countless stories just like this. I mean, the cynical view that we had before we learned more about this situation is that Lil Tay was behind it all and that she created the death hoax in order to promote her new music, and that's exactly how it looks from the outside. But I think what she's actually doing is using the timing of the death hoax to then record this music video, and then she's using the music video more so as a platform to expose her dad for these abuse allegations.
You don't think it's the other way around? You don't think she's using the allegations to bolster the music video in her career?
I don't know how serious she is about having this music career anyway. She's only 16. She'll change her mind in a year.
I mean, who says it's her idea? Who says it's not her mom's idea?
Not her mom. Well, then she can fake her death again, and then she'll come back and expose her mom.
Yeah.
How about that? But yeah, Willie Mack Show tweeted about this. He is leaning toward not believing her. He said, "Not gonna lie, boy cried wolf one too many times for me to believe anything coming from her. Do you believe it?" I think she needed to post those screenshots instead of just
holding up
throwing
photos,
pieces of paper in front of you.
But
for
even
2
then,
seconds,
I mean, showing a piece of paper doesn't mean people can go look at the filing for what happened. And at the end of the day, it's all he said, she said stuff, anyways, and it's disturbing.
I don't know if her dad is gonna say anything now.
It's all so disturbing. Like when they make those accusations against the dad, I'm like, yeah, totally buy it. Totally buy that there's scumbag people out there, especially if he came back into her life and he didn't raise her from the beginning and he just tried to reinsert himself in her life and was just a bad person. I buy that.
He was basically telling the court that the mom was being a stage mom, like forcing her into the entertainment industry.
I buy that too. I buy both sides being awful.
But then his intention with getting custody of her wouldn't have been to take her out of the entertainment industry. It would have been to be the one benefiting off of her being in the entertainment industry.
Yeah, it's scary to think that we live in a world now where such serious things can be used to promote, you know, your capitalist business of a music video can be used. And that's the other thing. The music video is so unserious and so sexualized that it's like, okay.
And you know what? There were a lot of people saying, like, what do you mean? Like, it's not sexual, that she's just wearing a bikini. Like, it's just normal. Like, have you not seen Britney Spears when she was 16?
And that was sexualized too.
You know what? That just shows how desensitized we are as a culture, because if that is what our culture considers tame, then we have just lost any sense of decorum and any sense of like protecting young people.
It really does. Like, it feels like the girl never had a chance because both parents are out to get theirs, and that's one of those things you hear the most about child celebrities.
Like, where has she been in school?
Yeah.
Has she been doing anything normal kids do this whole time?
She's like, how do you say "f you haters"? Like, spell "f you haters," right? Like, it's sad. And the brother supposedly wrote the song,
co-wrote it with her.
Yeah,
he has the production company that did the whole thing.
Yeah. Thanks for watching. Listen to full episodes of Pop Culture Crisis on Spotify.
Keep up with us on social media and make sure you subscribe and ring that bell so you never miss the show. Bye, guys.